Hello, children. Today I have brought you another video on writing part of a reading What is Man Without the Beasts. Today we're going to discuss. There is some important topic under writing. We will discuss once we finish these items under writing. Some explanation has been given here. We'll discuss and we'll proceed with the important discourse speech. Okay, let's try to understand what is given here. Read the last paragraph, last part of the speech of Chief Seattle once again. This is the one. Okay, not this one. Are all the sentences okay? Let me read. Let me help you read the last part of the speech. Okay, it's not here. Just have a little patience. It's just opening. Take a lot of time. Sorry, this thing is not just opening. Okay, here. See, last part of Chief Seattle's speech. But in your perishing you will shine brightly, fired by the strength of the God who brought you to this land and for some special purpose gave you dominion over this land and over the red man. See, here it is a full stop. Here. The destiny is a mystery to us, for we do not understand when the buffaloes are slaughtered, the wild horses tamed, the secret corners of the forest heavy with the scent of many men, and the view of the ripe hills plotted by talking wires is another sentence. See from here, okay, the first sentence is this one. See a long sentence, and there is no full stop anywhere. Next one, the see next long sentence is this one. The destiny is a mystery to us, for we do not understand when the buffaloes are slaughtered, the wild horses tamed, the secret corners of the forest heavy with the scent of many men, and the view of the ripe hills plotted by talking wise. And let us move on. Where is the thicket? Short sentence, but it is in question form. Still, it is a sentence. And this also is a sentence. See, this is a one-word sentence. This is called fragments. And this is a question. See, okay, like this, sentence length is varied. The sentence length of this highlighted part is longer than this sentence or this sentence. Okay, now we have to understand why this variation of a sentence length. This is to add a variety to the sentence so that it will be very interesting to the listener. It will not be boring to the listener. That's why even when you give speech, you have to maintain this variation in the sentence length. Sometimes you have to say long sentences, sometimes short sentences, even sometimes fragments like this. Gone is a fragment. Let's move on. Okay. So here we are. Are all the sentences of the same length? Obviously not. The speech contains long sentences. Okay, we have just read, but in your perishing, something like that. Short ones, where is the thicket? And even fragments, gone, gone. Okay, now why do writers vary the length of sentences? Again, why do they use different types of structures? Sometimes statements, statements, the end of living, beginning of survival. Sometimes questions, where is the ticket? Sometimes exclamations, exclamatory sentences, or sometimes fragments. Well, fragments a small part, like a gone. Gone is a fragment. Good writers vary their sentences to make them interesting. This is the most important point that you have to understand. Okay, when we write also we have to maintain that variation in sentences. Then it will be very interesting. Sentence length can influence the mood of the piece. Mood of the piece means sentence or what you are saying. If you are concerned that your writing is either too choppy, that means small parts, or too flowery, not depth in thought, review it with an eye on the sentence length. You have to make sure whether the sentence is nice or not. How do others find it? You have to remember always that when you write something, it is for others. When you speak something, it is for others. So that others should find it very interesting. Say, for example, we don't speak to ourselves. We don't write anything for ourselves, isn't it? So when we write or when we speak, it is for others. So we have to make sure that it is as interesting as possible. So you have to always keep an eye whether your sentence is varied, whether it is interesting, whether others can find it interesting. Okay, does it fit the mood you are trying to convey? So you are not talking of some topic. Does your sentence convey that? Okay, do you heavily favor short, simple sentences, or does the piece contain too many paragraph long sentences? None of this is correct. Even if you write all short sentences, or even if you write all paragraph long sentences, it's not nice. To make your text more interesting, you should use sentences of varying lengths with a variety of structures. Variety of structures means sometimes statements, sometimes questions, sometimes exclamatory sentences, sometimes fragments. Read the following text. Dogs are our great companions, aren't they? Any idea when the friendship between man and dogs began? Maybe thousands of years back. Who knows? What is important is that they are man's best friends for obvious reasons. Dogs, as such, need to be walked. Walks keep their owners healthy, and the owners cannot talk to their dogs. They never tell secrets. Dogs don't care what their owners observe while walking or what they watch on TV. As long as the dogs are taken care of, they are happy. Oh, what are the features of this write up? In this, the variety in sentences has been obtained in a number of ways. Variety. Okay, some sentences are questions. Some sentences are statements, some sentences are questions, some are exclamatory sentences. Using elements such as tags, question tags, connectives, and as such, etc. Okay, adds beauty to the language. Read the following write-up. You must have heard about Hussain Sagar Lake. It is in Hyderabad. It is one of the largest man-made lakes. Man-made lakes means okay. Lakes are formed naturally, but this Hussain Sagar is a man-made. Means it was made. Lake was made by human beings. Hyderabad and Secunderabad are the twin cities of the state. The the lake connects these cities. It was originally constructed to supply drinking water. Now it is not used as a drinking water source. People say this is sad. There is plenty of water. Nobody can drink it. The lake faces a few threats. The main threat is encroachment by both private and public agencies. When we say encroachment, occupying, the lake also faces the problems of pollution. One of the locals said, "Oh, sometimes it stinks terribly. This is due to the continuous discharge of domestic waste and industrial chemicals. Hence, it is our duty to save the Hussain Sagar Lake." Okay, this is a short passage. In this also, there are a variety of sentences. Okay, now exercise is not to write anything, but here see, rewrite the sentences according to the directions given in the brackets. First one, the lake connects these cities. So change into question. Now you have to change this statement into question. Okay, the lake connects these questions. Does the lake connect these cities? Okay, is the question. Okay, you cannot. Okay, what connects these cities? The lake connects cities also can be written. What connects these cities? Okay, that is a WH question. Does the lake connect these cities? Yes, the lake connects these cities. Both questions are possible. You can write any of that. Next, in it is in Hyderabad. It is in Hyderabad. It is one of the largest man-made lakes. Combine the two sentences using and. It is in Hyderabad and is one of the largest man-made lakes. Right. Hyderabad and Secunderabad are the twin cities of the state. The lake connects these cities. Begin the sentence with the lake and connect the two sentences. Okay, the lake connects Hyderabad and Secunderabad, the twin cities of the state. Okay, right. It was originally constructed to supply the drinking water. Fourth one, connect using though. Though it was originally constructed to supply drinking water, now it is not used as a drinking water source. Next, fifth one, the question tag. Okay, isn't it? This is sad, isn't it? Okay, question tags and transformation of the sentences are okay, paper 2 related. Next, oh, sometimes it stinks horribly. We read the sentence beginning with the how horrible it stinks sometimes. Okay, having said that, we will move on with the next point. Read the speech made by Chief Seattle once again and reflect on the following features. The beginning and the ending of the speech. How he began, how he ended. Arguments and the building up of arguments in a sequential manner. How he developed the speech, how systematically he arranged his points, okay, in a logical sequential manner. Otherwise, if he did not speak logically, we cannot understand. The emotive and the argumentative language. Emotive, When you ask us to sell us, you're asking too much. Emotive. How can we buy or sell the land? Freshness of air. Okay, the sparkle of water, argumentative language. The variety of sentences used, mental images created. Okay, when you read, when you hear, you imagine some, you visualize some pictures. You visualize a scene in your imagination. Now, prepare a speech that you'd like to make honor the World Environment Day. You can make use of the following hints: the threats to animal and plant life, how the animals and the plants are in a dangerous position, that is the meaning, and the pollution of air, water, and earth, and the consequences. The need to preserve our environment for ourselves and for the future generations. Okay, using these points, you have to make a speech, you have to write a speech. And the children, speech is a major discourse of a paper 2. When we say major discourse, it is for 10 marks. So to be able to score 10 marks, you have to write a really a very nice speech or any discourse for that matter, not just a speech alone. And I have here just to show, I want to show you how a speech can be written. Okay, first of all, write the name of the discourse. The discourse name is a speech, right? Like the way I have written here. And a suitable title. This title you can write after finishing the total write up. Next, see this one. This part in italics is a brief introduction about who is going to give speech, on what occasion, when it is given. Okay, remember this. See, who is giving the speech here? Vanajeevi Ramaya. What is the occasion? Okay, World Environment Day on June 5th. Okay, where he was, okay, in a New Vision. Okay. See here, who is this Vanajeevi Ramaya? See, Vanajeevi Ramaya is a renowned environmental activist, the recipient of the prestigious civilian award Padma Shri, and one who planted a crore sapling. See, this is about Vanajeevi Ramaya. So, a brief introduction like this must be written. Okay, this is for your reference, children. This is not to be copied. Okay, it's not to be copied like as it is in your classwork notebook. You must make an effort to write it. This is just for reference. Anything that I show is for reference, children. So this is a brief introduction. This one, this part in italics is a brief introduction about to who is giving, on what occasion, where is it given, when is it given. All the points are there. Remember that. Next, this one, children. Next point. This is a salutation. Salutation is not same all the time. Salutation changes from occasion to occasion. See here, since he was invited to New Vision, and he is addressing people, the prominent people in New Vision. Okay, the prominent people are director C.H.G.K. Prasad Garu and Principal Abad Garu, and teachers. Teachers are the prominent people, and students. These are the audience for his speech. So if it is, if you are asked to give a speech on something else on a Children's Day, okay, you're or okay, depending on the topic, depending on where you give, this salutation changes. You have to remember. Okay, not, I'm not saying that this is this alone. This is the only way of writing salutation. You can write also honorable dignitaries on and off the dais. Okay, so that all people are covered. This is a neutral salutation. This is called a salutation, children. Okay. So remember that this is salutation. This is introduction. Next, see this one, the first paragraph of the speech. The first paragraph of the speech is introducing the topic. This is the first paragraph, introduction of the topic. In this one, okay, in this one you briefly mention what you are going to talk about in the following paragraphs. See, this is the a brief mention of points that are going to be elaborated in the following paragraph. See, extinction of several animal and plant species. That is the first point we have just said on a very fast way. Adding to that worst case scenario, the pollution of water, air, and earth makes this world a difficult place to live. See how this is how you have to mention briefly, and these same points are discussed in the following paragraph. Okay, if you don't write anything in the paragraphs, what you write can be, nothing. It can be nothing. It does not make any sense. Okay, this is the introductory paragraph. In the end of this introductory paragraph, it can begin like this. I deem it an honor to be invited to address you all on this special occasion. Okay, I'm not saying you can have several ways of starting your speech. Okay, we have gathered here to celebrate this day. I am not quite sure if this is an occasion to celebrate, and I am really hesitant to wish you a happy World Environment Day too, seeing what is being done to the environment. The environment is so degraded to the point that it cannot be undone. The degradation of the environment is leading to the extinction of several animal and plant species on a very fast phase. Adding to the worst case scenario, the pollution of water, air, and earth makes this world a difficult place to live in. See, this is a introduction. Introduction. Okay, and see in the next paragraph, see these points mentioned here. See, animal and plant species, how they are extincted. We indulge in many unnecessary activities in the name of development. In my opinion, there is nothing more important work than the work to restore the environment. I don't know why people are so negligent about the environment. Do they not understand that they will also be perished? Even if they do not, they will. If this goes on for some more time, the extinction, which is taking place on a very fast pace, the extinction is taking on a very fast pace. In the last 1 week or so, one animal or a plant species has become extinct. Do humans alone uh, uh, want to live alone on this planet, on earth? If so, they are mistaken, because in the life cycle, if one species become extinct, sooner or later the other will follow. One thing that we can do at once is to stop indiscriminate destruction of the environment, due to which several animal and plant species are becoming extinct. See, this first point is highlighted here, okay, in this paragraph. Next, what comes here? Okay, plant, okay, pollution, animal and plant extinction. Now this one, pollution. See, pollution of water, air, and earth. Okay, as if this is not enough, the pollution of air is the worst thing that is happening. The air is so polluted that it is not suitable to breathe. Who is the culprit? Who is to be blamed for this? The continuous roaring of the motor vehicles on the road, which leave high levels of carbon dioxide. The industries that release harmful gases into the environment is another cause of pollution. We call it development. This situation could have been eased if there was a sufficient green area. That means trees. But this was not to be. There were days when water from the open wells used for household and for drinking. Gone are the days. I think everyone knows why. Now, uh, uh, now, is that the water? Now is that the water and the land is polluted. Now that now the water and the land is polluted. Sorry. Water is polluted to a great extent and that it is not suitable for drinking. The indiscriminate use of pesticide, continuous discharge of chemicals from the factories and industries are also to be blamed for the water and land pollution. We think that setting up of industries is a sign of development, but any developmental activities at the cost of the environment is a pseudo development. We forget that our survival depends on the environment. Therefore, this last paragraph, say water and land pollution has been highlighted in this paragraph. And the next one, therefore, everyone must do their bit to protect the environment, not just for us alone, for our future generations. When we give something to our children, we give the best. Giving the precious environment is much more than diamonds or silver or gold. We are nothing without the environment. We are a part of this land, and so let us dedicate ourselves today and every day to protect the environment so that we live and we let our future generations to live. Thank you for this great opportunity to be present here and address you. God bless you all. Okay, this is how speech must be ended. Okay, so yeah, now when you listened, it indicates that this speech is ended. So same thing must be done. Remember, children, when you write something, it must be presented logically and in a sequential manner to make it understandable to the listener. Okay, thank you. I hope you have enjoyed this session. See you with in another video in the next video we see.